Right, we just got a dispatch to pick up, currently near downtown Atlanta, Georgia. But the pickup is just a little over an hour and 45 minutes north in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I like saying that, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Picking up at a rail yard, and with that pickup, going to head over to Roanoke, Virginia. So come along for a ride in the day in the life of an Expedite Van Driver. Let's go. It's Saturday, and I am blessed to get a load on a Saturday. So we're moving the wheels, and if the wheels are moving, we're making money. Here we come, Chattanooga. Let's go. Lamborghinis. Nice. Lamborghinis in North Atlanta. Isn't that cool? Nice seeing some exotics, huh? As we get closer to Tennessee, you start to see the mountains get bigger and bigger, seeing more and more of it. Take a look at that art, huh? Got some artwork over here. The Memorial, Veterans Memorial. Here in Chattanooga. The Veterans Chattanooga National Cemetery. Alright, we're all topped off. $48. Put that away for our records. Switched out put some PPE on, put some pants, got the safety vest, got the hard hat ready to go. Switch these out, put some safety glasses, and we're right around the corner. So let's go pick up this load. All right, we're here. Let's get this loaded. We got it all secured and strapped down. Got the paperwork, making sure it all matches and everything is good to go. And we'll send a text to dispatch to see if we got the okay to depart. And let's head to Roanoke, Virginia. All right, we're all loaded. We're all strapped in, and we got about 5.5 hour drive. And we're gonna get to Roanoke, Virginia, roughly around 11:30, 11:45, midnight. So yeah, part of this life, and as the Expedite driver, sometimes it's critical freight. They need it there right away. And while I was waiting for the okay to depart, I went in the back, put on some shorts, got my Crocs on, got the boots off, all that PPE off, so I can have a nice comfortable ride for 5.5 hours. I gave them the ETA of about 12 midnight to about 1 o'clock. That being said, because you never know about traffic, weather, thunderstorms, again, and then also for fuel stops, maybe running in real quick to use the bathroom and grab some snacks. But yeah, let's get the ball rolling, and I'm already full. We're already full with fuel, so let's go. Now that we're on the open road, I forgot to mention, sometimes this freight needs to be tracked. And in some of the popular tracking apps that the brokers and the dispatch want me to have, or to use would be IVEA, Motive, AOG, Load One. Popular one is Macro Point. I use that a lot. And then they also have Circle Mobile. But it all depends on the brokerage, the shipper, and dispatch. But it's all, you know, contactless. I don't have to, and I'm not, as you notice, I haven't been on the phone. It's all through text messages, and then I send through a PDF file, the scanner, the paperwork it sends as a PDF, and then I send the information through text as a packet. And then the other thing that we use is what you call a timestamp app. Time Pro or something is an app that we use that timestamps the photograph. It's basically when I arrive, I take a picture of the place. So it basically has a, you know, almost like a geo, or like a location. It tells me the location, the time, you know, and the date. All of it's on the photograph, you know. So it's, so then I have proof to just in case if there's any discrepancies, or oh, you weren't there on time, you weren't there. We have it for our sake. That, hey man, I have it, and then I can reshare it again and send it and say, hey, this is, you know, where I was at this time. That's what's beautiful about that time app. And also when you're getting unloaded and delivering, you want to take a photo of the freight that's there on, you know, not just on their forklift, but there on their property. So it shows proof that, you know, that is delivered. Also, you want to get the name of the receiver. You want also the time and the date and everything, but the name, first and last name, and have them print it and sign it. So then when you send it to your dispatch, send it to the broker, there's no delay. There's no texting back and forth. And hey, who received it? Who's you talked to? Always put on there like who you talked to, whether it's the guard at the guard shack or whatever. Ask their name politely. Just, you know, just say, hey, excuse me, what's your first and last name? So just so I can tell my dispatch, you know, if there's any hiccups or anything, you know, and where you're at. Also double check your addresses. You know, kindly ask them, am I in the right spot? And sometimes if you're too early, they won't unload you. Sometimes you might have to wait, or even have a pickup if you're too early. Sometimes it's ready, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you gotta wait, but that's the name of the game. That's how the cookie crumbles, as they say out here in this profession. Sometimes you gotta hurry up and wait. They want you to track your load and see where you're at. Hurry, go. You know, but you might get there a day early or a couple hours early, half a day early, you never know. As you're traveling and you have time and they say, hey, this is, you know, for example, if this load was going to go and be offloaded or as an appointment time of 8 o'clock a.m. tomorrow, but I'm going to get there tonight at 8 o'clock. Just be polite. See if there is personnel there that can offload you. If not, you're gonna have to wait. If you're early and you know you have time to burn and say, oh, I know I might have X amount of hours to travel to the next state or a couple of states or days, don't burn your time. Do not burn your time thinking that you have it later. You want to get closest to your destination and your delivery as possible, because sometimes things might happen. Your vehicle might break down, might overheat, something inevitable. I mean, sometimes things might happen. You know, traffic, weather, whatever. Try to get there closer. And then God forbid, if you do break down, or the further you are away from the destination to your delivery, they're going to call out a recovery load, and that's going to cost, not out of your pocket, but the company's pocket. depending on if you are driving for yourself, it's going to cost. You're not going to get the money for picking up that load, and someone else is going to have to deliver it for you. They're going to charge even more because now it's a recovery, it's an emergency recovery load. They're going to charge more, way more than what you can possibly were going to make if something did happen. That's worst case scenario. Okay? And then the further away you are, the more expensive that recovery is, because they're going to have to find another person, maybe another expediting company or dispatch, or somebody's going to have to come out and recover that load and get that load for you to get it there as soon as possible on that appointed time. So don't burn up your time. Try to get there as quickly as possible, safely, but try not to burn up your clock per se. Get there as quick as possible. Take your breaks like nearby, or if you, like I said, if you're early, you can sometimes camp out, stay the night, take a nap a few times, while they're on the property. So here's another thing. Also, when you are under load or going to pick up a load, you are on the clock now. You are working. We're getting the bag. We're getting the jewels, right? And I get happy. I like having, being under load because now we're making money. This is not the time to stop and do the touristy things and the van lifing things. That's for when you're on standby and your downtime, and you tell them, you say, hey, I need this much time. When you tell dispatch, I need to go do some laundry, go get a haircut, go do some grocery shopping or whatever, but just give yourself a nice little window. But when you're out away from home and you're out on the road, we're trying to keep the wheels moving. When the wheels are moving under load and delivering, we're making money. The more that you go and do the van lifing stuff, it's going to cost you. It costs your gas, it costs your time. And you can't really go venture off too far, because if you're under, on standby, for example, and I'm telling them I'm on standby and I'm available, and then I go do some touristy stuff, I got to be close to my van. I got to, make sure some of the things that I do that I'm like, I can quickly get back to my van and say, hey, this is ETA, because sometimes it's time critical stuff. They see, well, what they ask of me, I should say, is they ask where, they don't want to know specifics like, hey, where are you at in Walmart parking lot or something. No, they ask me for my zip code. My dispatcher, she's wonderful, she's great, doing her job, but she goes by my zip code. All she's got to do is punch in that zip code, and then she'll know how many minutes or how many hours it'll take if she can bid on something for me to get to a load, to get there on time, to be able to pick it up. So it's important. So don't send, and then also don't do this. Don't send your zip code, and then all of a sudden I'm on standby and I'm ready and available, but then you get in the van and you start up and then you want to go somewhere, and it's like, especially like 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from the zip code that you've given. That could mess her up. And then if you go back and then she sends you a dispatch, or they send you a dispatch and say, hey, we need you here, and then all of a sudden your ETA is added time, and they're gonna wonder, like, where are you at? Like, what happened? You were in that vicinity within, that calculation. So sometimes your location is important, and it's time critical, because there's a window to get to that bid, because there's other people bidding on that job too, and and there's other drivers in your area you don't know, that could be closer, it could be farther, that could try to be underbidding you or whatnot, that's on the load board. So keep that in mind. That's something. So when we're got the load and we're on our way and we're delivering, it is not touristy time. This is not van life time. We are on the job. We're clocking in. We're getting the miles in. We're gonna go get that money, get the bag, they say, and we only basically have time to stop and have restroom breaks and fuel and get there and get going, and make it happen. So if this helps, you know, hit the like, hit subscribe. Got more videos coming up. Please follow along. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey. Have a great day. Be safe. Let's go. All right, update. We stopped here. It's 9:45 p.m. It's dark out. Stopped to get fuel. I had to stop and use the restroom because I was drinking Monster energy drinks. I'm not sponsored or anything. Let me see what I got here. And I got this Viking berry one. It's pretty good. It definitely gives me a juiced up. No, I'm not sponsored. I'm not getting any money from Monster. But if you guys happen to see it and you want to, that would be a cool Monster energy drink. But stop real quick because I have to use the restroom. While you're doing that, you want to do dual purpose things. Use the restroom, getting fuel topped off, $37 off the tank. Here at this gas station was $3.99 per gallon, and we still got another 2 hours to go to Roanoke. So, and we're still on schedule to get there about 11:45, 11:50ish, about midnight. And it's a 24-hour facility, train depot. I'm not going to tell you which train because just for privacy purposes, and I don't want to get any trouble with the shipper and the receiver and all that stuff. But it's a 24-hour facility, so once I get there, I can give them I have the point of contact phone number, give them a call, let them know I'm there. And same with when I did the pickup. I'm just gonna pull over somewhere really close nearby, let my dispatch know I'm arriving, and I'm gonna put my PPE on. I'm gonna put my vest, my hard hat, all safety glasses, everything that, and then get this skid, this blower motor or whatever it is that we're delivering. So let's get it. All right, I arrived and it's after midnight. It's like 12:30, whatnot. It took me a little bit longer than my ETA because I stopped to pull over and I looked at the radar, and radar was showing that there was a storm cell coming. I stopped at a rest area, about 45 minutes, an hour out, 50 minutes I believe, but stopped, flew the drone up, took some hyperlapse, time-lapse photography of the storm cell. Luckily it got here, either Zeus is done playing with his lightning bolts and with the light show, caught a little bit of it, and but it's not raining here, so I don't know if the storm fizzled out because it hit the mountains. I don't know what quite mountain range this is. I know this is like eastern side. Was this the Appalachia, Blue Ridge, something like that. Clean my safety glasses, put my PPE on. When I was flying the drone, it took I think it was like 13, 14, maybe 15 minutes of flight because it was taking photos every 3 seconds to capture that footage. And I put on my pants, I put on my boots, and then now here I just putting on my vest and my safety glasses, hard hat, and then reached out to dispatch, let them know that I'm arriving, and I'm gonna go ahead and call after I turn off this video. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off, and I'm gonna call the point of contact and have them come out and take this skid off and deliver this, and it'll be complete. So hold tight. Let's get this unstrapped, and guys, I already called the point of contact. He's on his way. He's gonna get the tow motor, get this these nice little hooks into the E-track. this out of the way. Get this out of the way. Let's turn the lights on for the guy so you can see. Get this stuff out the way so it doesn't get hooked. Here, my pants are falling down because I don't have my belt on. Put my pants on, PPE. Require pants. Take these E-hooks off. These go right into the E track on the floor, and then the hooks. These are awesome. Let's make this way. Got some carpet here. Roll up out of the way. Ready for this turmoil guy to come. Got this light. Don't let him see my bed. Thanks, guys. All right. Delivery is complete. Take out this PPE stuff. We had scanned our documents, our BOL, bill of lading. Got the first and last name, printed, signed, texted dispatch all the information. So waiting for a text. I sent all that information I just told you, and I also texted waiting okay to depart, because then they got to confirm, send it to the brokerage or whatever it is, and that's it. And after this, basically, I'm gonna get on the phone. I'm gonna Google somewhere to go. It is Saturday night. It is 12:45, almost 1 a.m. Turn these lights off a little bit. The shadow on my face from the yard here, from the street light. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Google Saturday night, Sunday morning. So I'm gonna Google, I don't like truck stops because you gotta pay, but either a rest area and a Planet Fitness that's like 24 hours, go there. And I like to go in there and kind of work out, you know, stay fit, and then after you work out, take a shower, and then maybe even stay in the parking lot there. If not, or find somewhere like a Walmart or some place to park safe. And also, a good advice would be to Google some of the cities and towns that you are. If it's a bad neighborhood, a bad city, or the crime rates or whatever, you can always Google that. It's not, I'm not saying that, you know, it's gonna save you 100% of someone not messing with you, or, you know, while you sleep, or your van, or whatever, but it's better odds. I mean, it's, you know, good practice. Kind of try to stay in a nicer neighborhoods and communities, towns, villages, or whatever, you know. So yeah, that's that. And thanks for coming along the ride. This is what it's like to expedite, and some people like to call it hot shotting, but it's actually expedited freight. This load happened to be critical freight, so yeah, it was direct as soon as possible. They gave me a window to be here by 0200, which is 2 a.m. in the morning, but we got here early, and yeah, money in the bag. And until next episode, y'all have a beautiful and great day, evening, night, depending on where parts you are and when you're watching this. So take it easy. Love y'all.